Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Poison Ivy, Cycle of Life and Death, issue number 1. Now, as you know, this is part of a 6-part miniseries that deals and has a story centered around Poison Ivy and to some of her creations. Now, let's get on the review. It starts off how, in the middle of Africa, a driver is driving someone down, and they pretty much find an old plant, and he says, "Indeed, and old." And you have Poison Ivy saying, "Finally, the living fossil, Wonchanska misabra. This one must be at least 2,000 years old. Good find, Dr. Isery." And so he says that, what are you doing? But she's asking it for permission due to her ability of communicating with plants. So just then, you've got some people from the diamond mines nearby, and one of them says, "You are trespassing. No, we have permission from the university." "You don't have our permission, old man." So I'm kind of surprised that there's no extra backup for Isley and the driver. So Isley mainly uses her power to hold down the people. And we're kind of shown at the university where Isley is talking with her co-worker and talking about their boss, who doesn't like the idea about Isley joining. And Lisa points out that she thought Isley was going to be a man due to his name and that. And so what's interesting is that a bunch of kids from the Gotham High School show up, and they pretty much ask questions about the plants and that. And Isley warns one kid that some of those berries are very poisonous. And so Isley's show explains mainly about human DNA and that, and how they were even able to give mice a longer lifespan. And so Harley Quinn comes busting in, and even Harley Quinn starts asking the question, Isley starts asking the question, "Why are you hearing that?" So they mainly go to a biker's bar, and she says, Harley, you can't just drop into my workplace whenever you feel like it." "Why not?" And so they see a woman getting harassed. And so Harley does what her usual thing is, find someone to beat up when she's angry, so Isley has to go in and try and stop her. And mainly they take down the guys without Isley telling Harley to back off, but mainly takes down 2 of the bikers to make them fall in love due to some toxin. And so they mainly leave off in bad terms after Harley Quinn brings up the Joker, after Isley brings up the Joker. And so we see Isley walking off, talking about how, about human life and that, and goes into her apartment. And basically has her plants and that everywhere around, even a picture of her parents. Now, keep in mind, if you have read her origin story, then you know what happened to them. So, we see Isley talking with her plant, saying, No, glad I've moved you there from the lab. You seem to like it much better in my greenhouse. No talking. Any chances with you, too many morons like Winston in the lab. Good night, sleep tight. And so we see Isley sleeping. And as soon as she wakes up and gets checks her phone, and sees that the plant has started to grow, and there's kind of a foreshadowing to what the plant's gonna do. So we see, Isley making the discovery, and goes to to the lab where Lucia is, goes in to check, and finds out Lucia has been murdered, which is kind of a shame because I would have liked to have seen her more bit more as Isley's friend. So yeah, this is the story. So what I think, it's actually pretty good. It builds up Dr. Isley trying to make the world a better place, and when she's not a villain, you can tell she wants to do the right things for the right reasons. And there are environmentalists out there who won't do extreme things, but try and help people to understand. So the comic deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.